Well, I thought I'd throw together my token Windows 10 video and some thoughts on it. And right now I'm in Arch Linux and XFCE4 desktop, and just some things that you might want to try using Arch Linux and installing Windows 10, either mostly on VirtualBox in this video, but I was going to say either on your system as well. And I would strongly suggest, if you can, is do a clean install. It's much better. So you can open a web browser if you have one. I have Firefox currently installed, and just do a search for media. You probably know this, but create Win 10, anything, just some keywords. There we go, Windows 10, Microsoft, ISO, okay. And just select Edition, Windows 10, confirm, and wait for this. And choose choose your language. In my case, it's English. Confirm, and then for some reason it goes down here, but okay. And then choose which architecture, and Windows 64, and it's 3.8 gigabytes. So I'm going to cancel all that because I already have that on another drive. Not that drive. This drive. There it is there. But the ISO you can download 3.8 gigs. So on this portion, fire up VirtualBox if you have that installed, or whatever other virtual machine you're going to use, and I'll just select version Windows 10 64, call it whatever, yeah. 4096, 4 gigs or so. Create dynamically. I'm going to throw that onto the data partition under a folder called Win, and just save and create. And settings, let me see here, I go to advanced, enable shared clipboard, hopefully it'll work. Don't need a floppy. Processor, I'm going to give it 6 cores because I have a 6-core processor. Enable 3D acceleration, you crank it up to 256. Storage, I'll leave that as it is. This guy here, this icon, I'm going to have to choose, and where was it? Oh, there it is. Right here. And raw size is actually 4.1 gigs. Man, that's fairly sizable. So you press OK, and I better settings, audio, make that a null audio twice, or else I'll stop. I'll lose my audio as I'm recording, so I press start. Alright, apologies for the audio. I just decided to use my webcam, and it's very noisy here. Just easier, because it's so warm right now. With that said, when you get to this screen, either on your main system or through a virtual machine, just press the key combination Shift F10, and I'll bring up this X sources, and just type in disk part. This is optional, but I like to do this personally, and just give that a second to kick in. So when we're at the disk parts prompt, there'll be only one hard drive seen, but you'll probably see more, maybe if you have more hard drives. And be careful with the partitions. So I'm just going to list disk. And this is one, as I said, disk 0. It's online, 32 gigs. That's not allocated. That's not pre-allocated. That's how much it can expand to in a virtual machine. So we're going to select that. Disk 0. If you have another one, it could be just one, but more than likely, if it says C Windows, it's going to be just 0. More than likely. Alright. And we can do a list, I think, quickly, part. There we go. Okay, so create, you can put short forms on these, so create part, primary. And we go, and list part, there we go. And then you can select partition or part 1, Now it's selected, and then we just do a format. FS, sorry, pause for a second, equals NTFS, and then space quick, press enter. Give that a bit of time, not long, and then just make sure it's active, so just type the word active, press enter, and now it's marked as active, so you exit this part and exit the X sources. Then you move on to installing Windows, so click next, install now. So remember, this is a clean install, and the reason I removed that, the reason I did that last part is because I don't like to use the system reserved file. If you're going to use BitLocker, don't just leave it alone. But it can cause problems when you're dual booting, even from a separate hard drive. If you have OS Prober installed on Linux, it's going to pick up another operating system, such as Windows. And it can get a little messy when you try to dual boot that way. So that's why I just try to leave it out. In this case, in the virtual machine, it doesn't matter, but it's just for a demonstration. So finally, it's back. Skip the license key, and then choose your version. And I have Windows 8 Pro, so you can upgrade to Windows 10 Pro. Using your license key, of course. And a little slow today. Alright, you get the obligatory license. You can read through it if you wish, but there's only one thing to accept, or just close the virtual machine and forget it. So next, and custom, advanced, and just leave it as it is. And click next, and just sit back and wait for a while. Alright, so here we are with the obligatory Win 10 desktop experience. And let's go over a couple things that I like to do. First of all, the recycle bin. I go to properties, don't move, arrow zoom in, don't move files to the recycle bin. Now the login, if you're just the only person on your computer, right click on the logo here and just run, and this command here, just run net pl wiz. Net follows the wizard basically. So you press OK, and just untick users must enter a username and password to use this computer, and you click apply, and it's going to ask for your password. Enter that twice, and then it'll automatically sign you in, if you wish to do that. Another thing I like to do, I've tried this out in Windows 10, even though it says Windows 8, is to bring your, if you're using like a laptop or a desktop basically, you can add a key if you want to the registry called serialize, and what that will do is it'll bring your upon boot or reboot, it'll bring any desktop applications such as a Logitech keyboard that's plugged in up immediately, so delay in milliseconds. So you just add this in to the hotkey current user, software Microsoft Windows, current version Explorer, serialize is the new key. So expand this if you want. It's not there, I don't think. No. You just right click and add new key. So right click in this part here. New keywords, and Control V, and of course it's 0. And that's it. And as you can see from this here, proprietary, the ugliness of proprietary software, you need to activate this computer before you can do anything such as themes or advanced sound settings or desktop icons and whatever. Take from that what you will, I guess. Here's a script I found years ago to clear all logs from the event viewer, or most of them anyway. It's just it looks like a script. It's just a script, but you can call it a .bat file, a batch file. Okay, now we have Notepad running, and hopefully I can Control A, Control C, and paste. There it is, and file save as. I'm just going to throw it on a desktop. This is only a virtual machine. Once Windows gets around to acknowledging that, clear logs dot DAT. You have two choices here actually to rename the file. You put it in quotes and it'll it won't save as a text document, it'll save as a .bat file. So save and we'll close this sucker. And there it is, you can see it right there on the desktop. Okay, right click, run as administrator. It'll open a command window after this UAC prompt and proceed to clear logs. As you can see, it's good that it's a bit slower, so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. The event viewer log. Okay, so at the command prompt, I like to use clean manager. You press tab on some of this stuff, and I use Sage. Let me zoom in a bit more. Set, and then space tune up, colon 99, and press enter, and it'll bring up the clean manager dialog. And there it is, and it's hiding there. And there's a whole list of things I usually check all upon a first install, except for Windows Update Cleanup, because that takes forever. That's a lot of stuff. And press OK. And just arrow key up on your keyboard and just change Sage Set to Sage Run. Press enter. And we'll minimize this guy, and there he goes. He's running disk cleanup. Okay, so I'm a bit OCD. I think this notification thing is going to drive me nuts if I migrate to Windows 10. So updates were installed. That's nice. Another command line thing I use, been using in Windows for quite some time, is WinSat. The Windows Experience. Remember that thing in Windows 7? Well, it was not as apparent in Windows 8, like you didn't see it, but it still works in Windows 10. But keep in mind, this might not work in a virtual machine, but on your system it should work. So just type in WinSat, and look at that tab. WinSat, and then formal. I'll zoom right in on that. WinSat formal, and then /F/E, I believe. And yeah, it's running the Windows assessment. Formal assessment tool. So there you go. It won't work in VirtualBox, unfortunately. So on your main system, Windows, you can do this in Windows 7, Windows 8, and Windows 10 on a system, but it's great for a solid state drive for some reason. It sort of helps with boot processing. I'm not sure how that works though, but it does clear up some issues. However, in Windows 10 it's not quite as efficient. I don't know, I think Microsoft should have left that in, the whole user experience index, just to give you an idea, but unfortunately it's not there in the GUI, I guess. Now back to Arch Linux, and it's very easy to back up your Windows install using Clonezilla right from within the command prompt in Linux or Arch Linux. And this backup folder, this is Windows 8.1, it's 8.4 gigabytes. It was larger than that, so it can do some nice compression. And the great thing about this, as I said, you can do it right from the desktop. You don't have to reboot. And to restore, it's basically the same thing. So I would strongly recommend, if you can, if you have enough space, to back up your existing Windows installation. And if you're a Linux user, you can easily go back to that. So to give you a demonstration, that I always think it's just software, it's not that important, is HD parameter. You get that through Pacman. So HD PRAM dash capital I, and whatever your device is, usually SDA and has Windows. You see here that it says not frozen. I rearranged my cables on my desktop tower, so I can't grab that. However, the way to work around that is just turn off the computer and then start it again and log straight into your Linux partition or drive, and this will come back as not frozen. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'll be back in a flash. Alright, so we're back. Just arrow key up one if you have bash history enabled, and do that same thing. And now it's not frozen. And I always keep this as a reference. The HD parameters to set up a secure erase pass, and then actually run the secure erase. And this is primarily for a solid state drive because it's very quick. I'm just going to take this line here and just copy it into the terminal, and I'll change it to device STA, and the password's been set, and then the same parameter to run the actual secure erase. There we go. And sanity check, and it's still there, and you can do a fdisk -L/DEV SDA. You see that it's there's nothing there, just the 512 byte sectors, and it's been removed. So from there, again through Pacman or whatever distribution, you can download the command line version of Clonezilla. So once that's installed, just type in Clonezilla, and as I said, you're on your desktop. Device image, local device, press enter. It'll look at the various drives and partitions you may have. And you gotta use the backup. So I allocated another hard drive for the backup, so make sure you choose the right one to backup and restore. And top level directory, and press to continue. Expert mode is very simple. So we're going to restore disks. And there it is there. And that's the one I want. It's the first one, SDA. And I'm going to uncheck all of this stuff except for, nope, even that. So what else is there? That's it. And press OK. Use partition table from, sorry, I zoomed in there. Do nothing and press enter. And it should just do its thing, so I'll be back when that's done. So that took approximately 3 minutes, so just press enter to continue, and you're back to your command prompt. You can open your file manager, you see Windows 8 there, and as I said, it failed to mount, so just that's no problem at all. So, hold on a second. I have a script, just save some time typing. I call it up-grub, so I can show you what that is. USR in up-grub, and that's all it is. Bin bash file sudo grub make config -o blah blah blah. So I just run up-grub. That's all. Just a shortcut. And yeah, it says Windows Vista Loader. Interesting. But it is Windows 8. So I'll be back when I've restarted Arch Linux. Okay, so after a quick restart, just open your file manager, and there's the Windows partition, and you can see that it's there. It's bootable basically, and that should get you prepared. I think if you want to try out Windows 10 and clean install, and you don't want it, you can go back to your Windows 7 or Windows 8 or whatever you were using beforehand by using Clonezilla and restoring the image. Okay, so that should wrap up my token Win 10 video. And thanks so much for watching, and have a great day, a great night, and all that. And we'll talk to you soon. And bye for now.